puts the Chicago Sky on notice. We're not doing the same thing this offseason that we did last offseason. Stop bringing me bums to play with. Stop bringing me Kia Nurses. Stop bringing me Rebecca Allens.
All right, Black and White Sports Supporters. Well, it's the end of the WNBA season, and it may be an end of the Angel Reese era in Chicago. We all know what's going on right now.
Stop bringing me Ariel Atkins. Don't bring me Courtney Vandersloot, a champion, by the way. Two-time champion, by the way. Stop bringing me these players.
Drowning of the teammates. Did it publicly. All of a sudden deciding her back's hurting. Misses the rest of the season after the Chicago Sky.
Angel Reese just erased her entire Chicago Sky identity from Instagram, and fans immediately noticed. No Chi-Town Barbie, no team follows, nothing. Was this just a random social media cleanup, or is this the modern version of filing divorce papers? When a star wipes her digital footprint, it's not just pixels vanishing, it's a bomb being dropped on her future. And the craziest part? This silent move has fans asking, is she already gone in her mind? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Angel Reese didn't type up a statement or release some prepared video. Instead, she hit the delete button and wiped away everything Chicago from her Instagram.
I want the best of the best. I want the upper echelon. If they don't want to come to Chicago because this organization is such poverty, because the facilities are so terrible, because there's no amenities, nothing that the players look at and say,
gave her what, in my opinion, was an extremely weak half a game suspension. They thought she was going to play. She didn't play. Again, back injury.
I can't wait to go to Chicago. No one's ever coming to Chicago. That's why they got to trade for players. That's why they had to trade for Ariel Atkins. No one's going to come there willingly. Sorry, they practice in the YMCA.
And now we have, as you know, when the season's over, teams put out social media posts thanking everybody, telling them we'll see you in 2026.
No handles tied to the team, no Chi-Town Barbie nods, no post cheering her squad. It was clean, silent, and sharp, like cutting a cord. Social media is where athletes usually lean into branding, identity, and connection. So when hers suddenly vanished, it spoke way louder than a caption ever could. Fans instantly saw it as more than just deleting photos. They saw it as her shaking off the jersey without actually taking it off in a game. And of course, the speculation machine fired up. Was this her way of signaling she wanted out? Was it frustration boiling over into an online move that said more than she was willing to put into words? For fans, this moment felt like a major shift. They weren't just scrolling through a grid of highlights anymore. They were watching the first crack in the wall of her relationship with Chicago. If you've ever seen a player begin distancing themselves from their team, you know the pattern. First comes the subtle unfollows, the missing bio lines. That's the quiet before something much bigger drops. But the confusion didn't stop with Instagram. Chicago pulled one of the strangest punishments we've seen in pro basketball. Instead of sitting Reese down for a full game, they benched her for half a game. Half. Think about how odd that is. It wasn't a traditional suspension, and it wasn't handled in a way that seemed thought out. She went from riding the bench in street clothes to suddenly being announced with a back injury after halftime. The team never clarified if she was actually hurt or not, so fans were left wondering if Chicago was trying to save face or just fumbling another decision in a long line of questionable ones. Imagine the scene, the Aces game, one of the biggest matchups on the schedule.
Angel Reese did her introductory press conference in a high school gymnasium. Angel Reese publicly calls out her teammates, publicly calls out her organization, and she has submitted a list.
Angel Reese fans did not take kindly to this post, and so it activated the nutcases.
And if these requests aren't met, if these demands aren't met, Sia wouldn't wanna be ya. Stop playing with me. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's take a listen. Let's see what Angel Reese.
So Angel Reese just pops onto your club, and you're like, nah, bleep this team. If you were already a fan of the Chicago Sky, are you leaving the squad?
The arena buzzing, cameras everywhere, but Reese isn't warming up. She's in uniform, yes, but seated. Every timeout, every possession, she's just off to the side, no sign of involvement. It wasn't just a benching, it was a silent statement that everybody could see. Then halftime comes, and suddenly the official line is back issue. NBA or WNBA fans know this playbook. List an injury and it shuts the questions down, or at least it tries. But it didn't work here. The crowd, the viewers, they weren't buying that story. Behind that suspension was something deeper. Reese had already taken shots at her own teammates publicly. Not subtle digs either, straightforward criticisms that called players out. There's a big difference between leaders challenging each other privately in the locker room and doing it out in the open where the whole world sees it. That kind of message can flip a team dynamic instantly. It turns accountability into drama. In this case, teammates knew she wasn't just critiquing play.
I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. Oh boy. Reese told the Tribune, we have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best.
Angel drowned her teammates, and now the Sky may not keep her. By the way, there's nothing saying the Sky is going to grant her the wish of trading her if she wants out. They don't have to do that.
That's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best, because we can't settle for what we have this year. Overhaul this roster. I can't play with Rebecca Allen.
They could bring her back and let her sit at the end of the bench. That actually could happen. I don't think it will, because it'll cause a nightmare with this fan base.
She was burning connections. Once that line gets crossed, it's almost impossible to walk it back. Executives around the league noticed every messy move, and they weren't kind. Some insiders ripped the Sky, calling them the most poorly run organization in the league. That wasn't just one person venting, it became this widely shared reputation. Think about what that looks like for a young star stepping into the system. You've got a player who generates buzz every time she steps on the floor, but the same organization can't even stage a normal discipline or communicate what's happening. It's like being talented but stuck working for a group project team no one respects. So when you put it all together, the picture is rough. A half-game suspension that even neutral execs laughed at. A front office labeled the weakest across the league. A star who just blasted her teammates for the world to hear. And layered on top of it, her Instagram already clearing out any ties to her current city. Fans didn't get answers. They didn't get an explanation they could take seriously. All they got was a swirl of confusion that smelled more like an exit than anything else. And that's where the story shifts. Because if Reese is no longer ground,